So let's get started, everyone. So my full name is Priyanka Sharma and been working in the field of IT for around 15 years now. And currently working as a test manager, working very closely in making sure that whatever product we deliver to the customers, to the end users, is of a very, very good quality product. Okay, so that is what is my day-to-day responsibility. Along with that, Skillslash, I'm very closely tied up taking the Python module for the data science training. Okay, that's a quick note about me. So the first thing that we're going to cover today is the career counseling. Welcome to IT slide. We will then move on to understand how do we use the workbooks. What is the concept of fill handle? What are the different small Excel formulas and shortcuts? How do you do the font and the number formatting? Pivot and data validations, VLOOKUP and the delimiting. So this is the outline, these topics which I said everybody, they are not to be covered today. We are not going to cover all these topics today. So these remaining topics we are going to do later, but today is more going to be an introduction to the Excel sheet, right? And more introduction towards the field of IT. That is what we are going to do, and pivot tables and all we'll do tomorrow. Okay, is it clear? And once again, welcome to Skillslash training, first day module, and welcome to the field of IT. Why do I say so confidently welcome you all to the field of IT? Because, I saw that many of you have that aspiration to move into the field of IT. Okay, Ashwini, you're not able to hear anything. It's something wrong with the microphone. Please check, right? And let me just reply you. Please connect to your audio. And someone is meanwhile drawing beautiful drawings on my screen. They are beautiful, but let's not do it. I'm going to just disable the settings also. Many times, it accidentally you get to press it, and yeah, Mehul, accidents are happening. Don't worry, it happens. When you click on the screen, it just happens sometimes. Okay, so I've disabled it now. Brilliant. So welcome to the field of IT. And what we are going to do now is we are going to see different horizons through which we can enter to the field of IT. I always say life is so good, guys, isn't it? So why should we just stick to one door when there can be 6 doors opened in front of you through which you can enter to the field of IT, right? So particularly this topic that you're going to cover with me, we are going to all talk about it. Right? I'm not just going to explain it and go away. No, I want to talk about it. And having said that, I have moved on to the next slide very quickly because I want to come to the content directly. And right in front of you, this career counseling slide is what I always do in all my sessions. This career counseling slide is going to very briefly explain us what are the different fields of IT in which we can either start our career, right? Or probably we can switch our career. Let's say you're already working as a developer and you want to switch your career into that field. What exactly do you want to, or what exactly should you have to achieve this particular thing? Okay. So these are the different fields of IT in which we will start our career, or we can switch our career. And most importantly, what all are the different technologies that you should know, everybody, in order to achieve this? That is again a very, very important thing, isn't it? So let's get started. The first role, these 6 buckets are there. Some of you, as you're looking into it and you're already working in IT, you might feel that, oh, Priyanka has missed some of the things here and there. Maybe, Scrum Master or some kind of roles are missing. We'll talk about it. They might be somewhere hidden inside these roles, but yes, there could be some more roles in which you can start your career, right? So looking at this slide already gives you some confidence, right? You have 6 doors in front of you right now, and it's giving you good confidence. How many of you feel you're getting a confidence to look at these 6 things through which you can start your career? Can you write it in the chat? Mehul's directly studying business analysts at the moment. No problem, whichever field you are. In the past, I've been teaching for around 8 years in my 15 years of professional career. I have taught mechanical engineers who are doing excellently well in the field of data science. I taught electrical engineer students who are doing excellent in the field of the data science. So there's nothing like I have done what. No, it depends on what you're doing right now and what you're going to do in the future, right? Okay, so I'm going to give you some of, as you're looking at it, you say, I want to go into data science. I have heard of data science as a lot of hype it has. It's very well paid job. So whatever aspirations you have, this slide is going to answer that, right? And we are going to talk about it. Let's get started. So the first role is a role of a developer or a data analyst. I want to hear from you guys. Who do you think is a developer? A very simple question, right? Your friend comes to say, I am developer in XYZ. What does that mean? What is the main responsibility of a developer? Can you put it in the chat? Let's use the chat quickly. It will keep you awake and it will help you be very attentive in the class. Coding, developing the project, building applications, very good. Code writing, coding. Everybody is writing coding. Okay. Okay. Somebody said a person who drinks 15 coffees a day in the 24-hour of day span and keeps working, keeps himself glued to the screen. Is that correct? 15 coffees a day to keep himself alive or herself alive. Okay. Coding, brilliant. So somebody who's going to build applications, it could be web applications, it could be mobile applications, it could be desktop based applications. Okay, web applications, mobile applications, desktop based applications. And if I want to go into the field of development, what technologies do I need to know? Java, very popular. Python, very popular. There are technologies like C++, Visual C, C Sharp. There are technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap. If you want to do web designing, web development, particularly when you want to do, then you need to have this very good hold of these languages like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, database knowledge. They're very important. Isn't it, everybody? So somebody's going to build the applications. Now, what I've done over here, along with the developer role, I have clubbed another role, which is the role of a data analyst. Okay. So what is the role of the data analyst? What is the data analyst going to do? Yes. Visualizations. Yes. And then, what happens many times, if you would have observed, there are sometimes, some roles you look at like data scientist, data analyst. What is the difference? Is there any difference between data scientist and data analyst role? Very good. Data analyst is the one who will analyze the data, but not kind of prepare it. The data scientist is one who's going to gather the data or visualize. Very good. So analyzing the data is what the data analyst majorly does. So for a data science role as well, what is the primary language? One of the main languages that you all need to be really very comfortable with is called as Python. Very good. I can see Python. Kamath says R language as well. Yes. Suraj, what is this language? Python? Python and R. Okay, I'm joking. I know it's typo mistake. So Python and R. Brilliant. So these are some of the things you need to know, everybody, isn't it? Okay. So if you think you are a kind of a person who loves analyzing the data, you think you're a kind of a person who loves building applications, which could be web applications, mobile applications, or maybe, some desktop applications, this role is for you. If you have that instinct of building things. Okay, right. The next role is a role of a tester. Now in the chat, everybody very quickly, can you write down what is the role of tester? What is the main responsibility of a tester? Let's read through your chats as you write it down and try to understand what does a tester do. Excellent. I can again get some fabulous answers. So tester is somebody who's going to Very good. Test applications. Okay. In the chat, everybody. Very good. Make sure that the application is working as per the expected results. Very good. Just before you give the product to the customer, you are checking, is it working fine or not? Very good. I'll wait for more answers to come in. Brilliant, brilliant answers. Thank you so much. So tester is somebody who's going to test applications, right? You cannot just make a product and give it to the customer, can you? You cannot, right? You need to make sure that the product is working as per the expected results, isn't it? So who's going to help achieve that? It's the role of a tester. So if I want to go into the field of testing career, who will help me? What are the different fields I need to be very comfortable with? The first thing is the manual testing. The second thing is the ISTQB. Now, manual testing will teach you how do you manually test the application. ISTQB is the technique which is actually a certification which stands for, you can search about ISTQB on the internet also. ISTQB stands for International Software Testing Qualification Board. I repeat, International Software Testing Qualification Board. So ISTQB is that certification which really helps you to be at par with other testers. You can prepare for the certification, you can give the certification and be very comfortable with this. And the next role is the role of a automation tester. Somebody, now, you know, all applications cannot be tested in a manual way. You need some automation way through which you can test the application. And how do you test the application? It's through the automation. There are some tools, like anybody has heard of some tools which helps you to do automation testing? Automation testing tools. Selenium. Selenium is one of those tools. Fabulous. Selenium is one of those tools. Then you have got some tools like Load Runner, JMeter. All these different tools are there which helps you to test the application through automation. Okay. Perfect. Excellent. Lavanya, it's Load Runner. Okay. Catalan is there. Very nice. Yes. Jira. Perfect. So these are the two doors. Now, if you think you are a kind of a person who loves to test what other people have done, right? And you're very much concerned about the quality of the product. You may want to make sure everything you deliver is of a good quality. Guys, this role is for you. Testing career. Now, if you ask me, Priyanka, which role is better, this or that, I say everything is good. It depends upon what you want to pursue in your life. Okay. Superb. Let's go to the next role of a business analyst. Now, who's a business analyst? Very quickly in the chat. Who's a business analyst and what is the primary responsibility of a business analyst? Excellent. Bridges the gap. That I like that word. Okay, waiting for all of you to write it. So very good. Somebody who's going to bridge the gap between the customers and the analyzing dashboards. Yes, business analyst. So somebody who's going to bridge the gap between the end users, between the customers, as well as the people who are building the product, isn't it? So if you think you are a kind of a person who has a lot of confidence, you love interacting with people, you understand how the products get built, and you want to get the requirements, explain those requirements to the team, definitely this role is for you. The role of business analysis is for you. Clear, everybody? Business analysis. Okay, the next role is the role of project manager. Somebody is asking me to speak in Hindi, so much so I want to. This forum is having many people who would not speak Hindi, right? So we'll continue to speak in English. So sorry about that. Right. The next and most importantly, if you want to go into the field of business analysis, this is the some certifications that you have, which is the BA certifications. Okay. The next role very quickly is a role of a project manager, somebody who's going to manage the product, somebody who's going to manage the end-to-end product, and somebody who's very much responsible to make sure that the product is delivered on time. So effort calculations, time management, risk management, budget management, time management, these are all the different things which the project manager helps us to achieve. I hope that's clear, project management role. So if you want to go into the field of project management, PMP is one very good certification. Prince 2 is another very good certification. MSP is another certification. And in addition to that, you should have the skill set. And that skill set of managing the people, that is what you should have. Okay, so that is the role of a project manager. Any questions? All clear? Okay, let's go on. Project manager and the product owner, same. Yes, Narendra, for now we'll keep it same, but with the agile methodology in the product development that we do, it might be little different as well. Okay. All right. The next role is a role of a designer. Now, who's a designer? What is the main role of a designer? Write in the chat. Please write it in the chat. Designs the web pages. Very good. Somebody who's going to build the wireframe. Somebody who's going to design the web pages, web frameworks. No, not building the product, not building the product, basically designing the product. Okay. The role of designer is majorly to design the product, to create interfaces, and to make sure that whatever product we are designing is of a good quality. That is the role of a designer. Okay. So if I want to be a designer, I will be responsible for giving a very good user interface, UI, that is the UI. I will be responsible for giving a very good user experience, which is UX. And I'm also somebody who's responsible as a technical architect. So there are some tools like Zeppelins. There are some tools like mockups, which you should know. Okay. Right. The last role is a role of a support, somebody who should have a very good product knowledge. You've shipped your product to the customer is using the product, but the customer cannot be left alone, isn't it? So somebody who's going to support the team, somebody who's going to support the end user, the customer, is the role which is of the support. Okay. So these are the different roles, as I said, in which we can either start our career or probably switch our career in the field of IT. And with this, I think you've got enough confidence to understand. Yes, Pratik, it could be services support, but now you're clear, right? These are the different things that I have. If I am a kind of a person who loves building application, let me go for the role of development. But remember, your role will be like a role of a doctor, like a role of a physician. You need to keep yourself updated with any field you go, right? Tester, if you feel you're a kind of a person who loves testing applications, this role is for you. If you feel you're a kind of a person who loves to you are kind of a person who's loves interacting with people, gets the requirement, this role is for you. Project manager is the role which is helping you to manage the overall project. Designer is somebody who's going to design the overall project, make wireframes, create structure, layout. And the support is finally the role which will help you support the customers or the end users. Okay, so I hope this is crystal clear and everybody knows the different roles. Now there are some questions coming about the certificate. At 7 o'clock, somebody from the team will join you and will explain you each and everything. If you have joined today's and tomorrow's session, if both the sessions are attended, you will get the certificate. How will you get the certificate and all, that is something not very important at this moment. You will get the certificate and they will explain you, right? Our focus will now be to start with Excel and understand the Excel concepts, but all the certificate related queries and all will be answered around 7 o'clock, and I hope that's okay, right? Okay, now, you've heard me speaking, different roles are there and you're happy about it. Now, can I take some questions around this, whatever we've studied? Anything you want to ask me? Let me go to the chat. Biotech field you are, what kind of a software knowledge you need? Pooja Singh. So see, gone are those days where we used to say, oh, this is a business, he's a business analyst, or he's a project manager, he doesn't need any programming language. No. Nowadays, if you, whichever field you are in, whichever field you want to go into IT, you should know at least one programming language. Which programming language you should know, that is your choice. But if you really want to do something in the field of IT, you really need to be very comfortable with at least one programming language, which will tell you how the products get built. Okay, is that clear? This session is not only for IT people. This session is not only for IT people. This session is for everybody who wants to learn into the Excel, but this is the slide which is guiding you into how to go into the field of IT. Recorded session will be given. If you want to be a tester, IIT KGP certificate, it's not demanded, but it is something which is very good to have. If there are 10 people who apply for the opening, and if you're 2 of you are having the IIT KGP certification, Manoj, you will get definitely a bandwidth. You will get a better visibility. Okay, does that answer the question? If somebody is working in the field of non-IT from last 5 years, can you go into the field of IT? Yes. At Skillslash, we have in our data science module people who are working in totally different field and they do fantastically well in the field of data science. So that is not a problem. Sandeep, when can I get the IIT KGP certificate? For IIT KGP certificate, you really need to first appear for the certification, clear the exam, and then you get it. Okay. Mechanical engineers, data science is a very good field. Testing is a very good career. See, any of these careers are good. I would not say this is bad. Civil engineering student, you should start with some languages, Swati, like Python and all, if you really want to go into the field of IT. C is still important. Yes, C language is still used. MBA finance, Rushikesh. So data science is a very good this pack for you, which you should go for. SAP is another, Anurag. I have not added it here, but yes, that is also very demanding. How to get an entry-level job in the data analytics. So if you look at the Skillslash website, you will see modules. You can get connected with the team at Skillslash and they can guide you how best you can join the data science module. Okay. All right. So I think we had a very good discussion around the different facets or different areas in which we can either start our career or probably switch our career. And I hope you're happy about it, right? These slides, whichever I'm using at the moment, will be shared with you. So please don't worry about the slides and the content. Okay. All right. So I hope that was useful. Now you know different fields in which you can start or step your career. I would now like to move into our Excel module. Somebody asked me a very good question and they said, Priyanka, are you going to cover it from the basics? I said, yes. So I'm going to start from a very basic level of Excel. We are not going to see, Excel is such a tool in itself that even if I teach you for another 20 hours, at the end of the 20th hour, I'll say I'm not finished Excel, because there is so much to learn in these tools, right? But we'll start from a very basic level in this training and to an intermediate level, or yeah, the intermediate level is where we will be stopping, right? Which will give you a fair, comfortable idea of working on the Excel. So we are going to cover that. And coming to the advanced level of the Excel, based on the knowledge, the skill set that you learn with me, I really request you to keep learning, and you can enhance your knowledge on your own, or you can stay tuned to the Skillslash. You can join the YouTube channel, and also that, you keep getting notifications as to when the next workshop is. We keep running our workshops every month for all our students. So you can stay tuned, right? More information on this, you will get it around 7 o'clock. So let's get started. Excel 2013. Now, what I'm assuming is that everybody has joined the session from their laptops. Nobody's on the phone. Not a very good idea to do Excel on the phone. But let's say for some reasons you have today joined with the phone, at least for tomorrow, please join it through your laptop, right? And we are going to one by one going to understand the different concepts of Excel, how the Excel works, what is a worksheet, how do you identify the different parts of the screen using the selection techniques that we have, the range of cells that you have, how do you enter the data in a quick way, right? How do you adjust a column width? How do you finish a workbook? How do you finally print a worksheet? And how do you close a workbook from the existing Excel? So this Excel sheet that this PDF which I'm referring to, I'll share it with you. All right, everybody. So this sheet I will share with you, nothing to worry about it. Okay, let's get started. So starting Excel, I want everybody to make sure your Excel is opened. So in a nutshell, I've explained you that the module 1 is all about Excel essentials. M2 is about formatting text and printing a document. And please open your Excel so that parallelly we can do it together. If we just do it theoretically, you will not get an idea. You only get an idea, when you are very much into doing these things, right? Okay. Any questions so far? Okay, we will start with how do we navigate in a worksheet. We will look into how do we use the scroll bar and boxes. We will see how we can change the worksheets and how do we use the go to command. We will then move on to changing the worksheet structure and how do we delete the cells, the rows and the columns. We will see how we can perform a simple sort, create and use the named ranges. So it's all about how do we manage the worksheet. We will then look into how do we format the worksheet. Formatting the worksheet is a very important thing that we are going to discuss. Formatting the worksheet is important thing that we are going to cover. Printing the worksheet or the workbook, and what are the new exciting features in the Excel 2013, that is what we are also going to cover. Okay, everybody, is that clear? Okay, so let's start with the starting of Excel. I hope everybody knows, and I hope everybody has opened one. Please search for EXCEL and open the Excel and follow the instructions as I go. EXCEL and select open the Excel sheet, right? Somebody asked me, are we going to cover from the basics? As I said before, yes, we will be covering this from the very basic concept. Okay. And this PDF will be given to you. So please don't worry about the PDF. This Excel sheet that we have, it will be given to you. So there is a quick way of opening the Excel sheet. You will click on the taskbar, click the start button. From the start menu, you will go to programs, and the way, just you open the Excel sheet, that is how it will be opened. So this is the quick exercise that we are going to do now. Switch to Windows, start Windows. On the taskbar, start, and finally the Excel is open. This is what you have already done. This is the way we can open. Whatever version you have is fine, not a problem. Okay. Now, I want you to read these instructions, 1, 2, 3. It says, if you're not on your start screen, you can press the window key also on your keyboard. This is that window key which it talks about, which opens the Excel and gives you a way to open it on the screen. Okay. And by now, I hope everybody's Excel is opened. Everybody is opened. All right. Thank you so much for letting me know. Very quickly, let's go to the next bit. So now we're going to understand what is the concept of a worksheet, right? We commonly use this word worksheet, but what exactly is worksheet? Let's talk about it. A worksheet is nothing but an electronic equivalent of a paper ledger. It is one of those very powerful platforms which helps you to calculate, analyze, enter text, manipulate data. It helps you to do basic calculations like additions, subtractions, stats. It helps you to do audits, right? There's a huge amount of data that you can store. And you would be glad to know that any worksheet, any Excel that you open, no guys, it has how many rows? 1048576 rows are there. 16,384 columns are there. And on any Excel sheet, if you look at, this is that Excel sheet that I have with me, right? You will see that if you very closely observe, there are rows in it, which are the horizontal lines numbered as 1, 2, 3. The columns have the letters A, B, C. And once that A to Z finishes, in an Excel sheet, you can view it. It will start from A, B, A, C, and that is how it will go. Now, coming to the different names that you give to the Excel sheet, let's talk about it. Yes, Pratik, a collection of cells organized in rows and columns. Very well explained. So see, over here, this is how the different things are called. This is your name box. This is the formula bar. This is that column letter. These are the different cells. This intersection of the rows and columns is a cell. These are your rows, horizontal lines. These are your vertical lines. And this is the worksheet. So name box, formula bar, column letter, cells, row number, and the worksheet. Please digest this. Let me know when you're ready. So everybody has taken a note of it. Name box, formula bar, the column letter, cells, and the worksheet. So this is how you will select the cells and the ranges. And the moment you select them, they turn into soft gray, only to tell you that it has been selected. We can have a look at it. So let's say I selected this cell. How do you read this cell? F4. Column F, row 4. F4, G4, H4, I4, J4. And then if I keep selecting it like this, whatever area you have selected will be light gray, just to show you how that this particular area has been selected. Okay, and what best you can do this, how best you can take out of this workshop is whatever actions I'm doing, whatever steps I'm showing you, please do them. So that, you know, from very basic, your fundamentals are very strong. And all those who are expecting very high valued formulas to be taught in this workshop, it won't be, as we discussed in the beginning. And as it's shown in the outline, we'll be covering basics of Excel in today's two-day workshop. Okay, brilliant. So let's go to the next. And very quickly, I want you to create this same Excel sheet. You know, how do you create it? Simple. Open it, enter the stock and the price. and store the information. As you can see that the pens and the pencils costing some amount are highlighted in gray because they have been selected this way. So what is a workbook? So what is the difference between a workbook and worksheet? Again, very commonly used term. This entire book that you see that I've opened, this Excel, it has got a name called book 1. So this entire thing is called as a book. And within these books, you can see there can be multiple sheets which can be created as you click on this plus icon. I hope that made sense. So workbook is nothing but a collection of different worksheets which are stored one after the other. Very good, Jaya. So worksheet is a single page spreadsheet. Perfect. So it has many things, and you can, for a particular project you are working, for a macro you are creating, or guys, scenarios you are making, right? So for all those you can have one workbook, and within one workbook you can create multiple worksheets. Okay. Now further, there are so many things, see, in the Excel sheet to remember: the ribbon, the formula bar, the column letter, you've got the name box, you've got the row numbers, you've got, this is the active cells, which tells you, okay, this is the area which is most active, and this is finally the worksheet tab. Okay, I hope that's making sense, clear? Okay, so ribbon, formula bar, column letter, name box, active cell, worksheet tab. Having said this, let's go to the next one. So many of these, when I share this PDF with you as part of the home assignment, please read through. We will not go line by line because I want to teach you more practically. But this is telling you what is the benefit of ribbon, the file button, what is the benefit of the quick access toolbar. This is giving you all the information. So let's talk about now the ribbon area. Now, which is the ribbon area? Everybody have a look at it. This is that Excel sheet, and this is that ribbon area where my cursor is actually hovering. What is the benefit of the ribbon? It is basically helping you to organize your different controls one after the other. Microsoft does that in a very fantastic way. They will have related things in the clipboard. They will have some things in the format. So in a very precise way, in a very organized way, the different things will be placed in a ribbon, right? Clipboard, font. If you read it loudly here, clipboard is there, font is there. And then you've got the alignment, the numbers, the styles, the cells, the editing. These are the different things which we were reading through the document, right? Clipboard, font, assignment, numbers, styles. Anything to do with the fonts we'll find here. Anything to make changes with the alignment. You wrote a text here, hello, and you wanted to put it center aligned. It's all available here by clicking on this option. If you want to make it left aligned, right aligned, okay, anything to do with the numbers, anything what you want to place inside this cell, you want to format those numbers, will be inside the numbers. This button that you see over here, everywhere this button is there, right? As I scroll down, as I scroll on the left and right, you can see these are the different buttons. If I click on this, it takes you to the settings. It takes you to the further details of this. So anything to do with the styles will be under the styles. Any changes you want to make onto the cells, you will be doing it on the cells. The PDF will be shared, guys. Don't worry about the PDF. Editing, anything to do is here. I hope that's clear. No question. Does anybody know what is the benefit of this small triangle that you see here? There is a small triangle, this cursor where my cursor is there, right? What is the benefit? Excellent. It helps you to apply the formatting on all the cells. The similar formatting is applied on all the cells. Excellent. As I read through your chats, I can see that many of you said it is allowing me to do the same modification to all the cells throughout the sheet. So let's say this was smaller, this was further smaller, and you click on this option and you just make this elongated. You can see that throughout the sheet till below, it has made that change. Can you see that? So what it is going to do, it will help you make the modification throughout of the sheet, and any changes you make, it will be consistent. So just click on this and then you can see that the entire sheet is selected, and the any formatting you do to one area will be done to all the areas. Excellent. To select the sheet. Okay. So now going back to our sheet. In the next part of the sheet, we are going to understand. Now we know what are the different names, the ribbons and everything, we are clear. Now there are different ways to select a cell. Cell we know is formed with the intersection of the rows and the columns. You can either press the arrow keys, you can or press the tab key. This is how the cell gets activated. So if the cell A1 is not selected, click it using the mouse. So for example, this is my cell A1. This is the A1 cell, right? If you want to move, navigate, you can use your cursor keys. Tab key will do exactly the same thing. All right, everybody. Okay. How do you select a range of cells? Let's say for some reason I wanted to select 15 cells at the same time. I can definitely select 15 cells at the same time, single time, and that is also possible. How I can do that? Let's scroll down. Using the mouse method, you can press the shift key. I want all of you to try this actually. I'm going to go back to my Excel sheet. And as I go back to my Excel sheet, I'll just select this cell, press the shift key, or you can just drag and drop to select multiple cells. Just drag it to select multiple cells. Okay, so very quickly, can you try this 1, 2, 3 steps and write done in the chat if you have done it? Yes? Okay, Shivani, repeat, no problem. Do one thing, do the step 1, 2, 3. This is what I was actually talking about. Please try this, everybody. Brilliant. We are 400 people here. 30 of us already done it. Excellent. Very good. So I'll also do it and show it to you now. It says select the first cell, press the shift key and click on the final and release the shift. So I click over here and then it says press the shift key, and you can see when the moment I press the shift key, it selects that full area. See that it treats that as the last cell. So little tricks and tricks like this really helps you. Anybody who has not understood? Okay. So this sheet will be there, PDF will be there. You can follow these instructions. Okay. Now, each one of you know how to find out which cell we are in, isn't it, everybody? So for example, I am on the I row, I column and the 12th cell. So what is the cell number? I12. First the column and then the row. Now this is a small assignment for you. It says open a blank workbook, select A1, drag it to D2, Then using the arrow key, select B2, press the shift and go to E7, release shift, select cell A1, press and hold shift and then cell D1, release shift, click cell A1. And this is the expected results. Can we all try this? And then write done in the chat. Pratik, Rutik, very good. Brilliant. Good job, everyone. So write done and I'll give you 5 minutes. Once we have finished this, we'll take a break from Excel in which somebody from our team will come and speak to you. Once he has spoken, I'll give you a 5 minutes break to relax your minds, right? But just before we do that, can we all finish this and write done in the chat? All right. I'm waiting for a lot of dones. 5 minutes of time I'm going to give you all to finish it. Wow, very good. 81 chats in a very short duration of time, which shows that we all are doing it in a fantastic way. Very good. Brilliant. Okay, 1 more minute. Let's quickly complete this. Excellent. Good job. Good job. Thank you so much. Excel can be learned from a very basic fundamental Excel. And you know what? You can go and do amazing things on those Excel. But just before you do those amazing things, you need to make your foundation strong, right? So this 2-day workshop at Skillslash, as we always do, we are focused here more on to make the foundation strong for all our delegates, right? That is why these tips and tricks, the small things which we are doing is making you strong from the Excel point of view. Now, if you have missed some steps, you're not able to do some of them in the class, you don't have to panic at all. Why? This PDF will be given to you. You will have this PDF and in your leisure time later on, you can finish this PDF. I'll make sure you get it today so that, you know, I'll drop this PDF in the chat before we go. What will happen? You will get some time before tomorrow. So you can just revise these things again. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for saying done. And okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop my screen share. I will pass on the admin rights to Joel from the Skillslash. He's going to quickly guide you through over some of the different things. I'm not going anywhere. I am here with you. And once Joel has kindly elaborated on the different things he has spoken to you, we'll take a short break. And after the break, we will resume with Excel. All right. Thank you, guys. Joel, you can take the control. Let me unmute you. All right.
Am I audible? Can anybody type in the chat? Yeah, thanks. So for the recordings and assignment, for first I will start with recording. So in case you have missed any of the recordings for today, or you were not able to attend it earlier, so all the recordings will be on our YouTube channel. Of day one will be uploaded on a YouTube channel tomorrow. You can access it there after 12 p.m. Plus, we will also send you an email when the video is uploaded so that you can watch it and be prepared for day two. And also for the assignment will be provided on our LinkedIn. So make sure you follow us there and download the assignment. You have to, assignment will be based on what ma'am has taught till now. And if you have any doubts, you can refer to the study material of day one or day two, which will be provided. and day 2 recordings will be provided to you day after tomorrow. I hope that is clear. And as per the assignment is concerned, the assignment would be uploaded on our LinkedIn channel tomorrow after between 12 or 1 p.m. Make sure you follow, and whenever it is uploaded, it will be pinned on our page. Just download it, and you have to complete it in our, you can do it in a doc file, then you can download it as a PDF and submit on our email address, that is assignments@skillslash.com. And you can check in the chat, somebody from our team has given you all the details. He will be posting all the important links in the chat, so please refer to it, and in doubt then you can ask me some questions in the chat afterwards. For the certification process, you have to attend at least 90% of the time today and tomorrow if possible. Please try to attend it if possible. And if not, you can access the recording, complete the assignment, follow us on the LinkedIn page, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch the recordings. And in case you have missed it, so what we will do, we will give out a Google form to everybody. Everybody can fill it and submit the details only after doing the 4 steps which I told, which is follow us on the LinkedIn page, submit the assignment on the email address assignment@skillslash.com. It will be provided in the chat. Please check it out. And you can also join our Telegram link in case you have any questions or you don't receive your certificate. You can just message us on the Telegram channel. Someone will from the team will help you out in the process. And for the certificate, you have to complete those 4 steps. After that, you have to fill the form in declaring that you have completed all the steps and submit the form. You can also submit form multiple times if in case you have entered wrong details, so that we will check it out. And if the email is invalid, then the certificate will not reach your email. So make sure that all the details in the form will be perfectly entered. And with that said, the certificates will be issued to you all till 13th May. So in case we will start forwarding the certificates from next week itself. And if you don't receive it by 13th May, then you can just ping me, or you can just reply to the mail on which we will send you the certificate form. And in case it is not received till 13th May, just drop an email to support@skillslash.com or ping anybody from the team. And in case if the assignment or any of the steps I told you that are not completed, then also the certificate will not be issued. So in that case, we are not responsible. If you have submitted all the details and completed the assignment, then make sure that the certificate is issued to you. And if in that case, if you have not received the certificate, make sure to reach out to us. We will surely receive it to you in as soon as possible. I hope that everything is clear, and I will take questions if you have any in the chat. I am looking. Yes, so how do you get assignment? For assignment, as told you earlier, for assignment, tomorrow after 12 p.m., somebody from the team will upload it on a LinkedIn page. So make sure you follow us there, and the LinkedIn link has been forwarded you in the chat by our team member. So if any questions you can ask for now, I will clear. Please make sure that it is related to Excel workshop only, because yeah, so for Telegram handle, Ajit, please provide the Telegram link in the chat. Yeah, so I think the Ajit has forwarded the Telegram link. So in any questions, I will take it in a minute. So for assignment, you have to follow our LinkedIn page. That's the only place you can access the assignment. You have to prepare it in a doc form, then download it as a PDF, and then submit it to assignments@skillslash.com. So for the day one YouTube link will be provided tomorrow via email, and also just subscribe to our YouTube channel. Whenever it is uploaded, you will receive the notification. So to contact us, just contact anyone, because we won't be able to share our WhatsApp details. So I will just then once again explain all the process in case somebody is missing out. Yeah, for the submission of assignment, it should be done. We will provide you a deadline till when it should be completed on, I think, Thursday. On Thursday morning, we will send you all an email regarding the process on how to, till when the assignment has to be submitted and till when the form has to be filled. So don't worry about the certificate. It will be sent to you all. Just make sure you follow us on LinkedIn, Instagram, and join our Telegram group in case we have any alerts. No, so for Telegram is for, if you have any query, you can just drop it in Telegram. And for assignment, you have to follow us on LinkedIn. And by tomorrow, 12 p.m. or 1 p.m., we will upload it on our LinkedIn. So yeah, so once again, I will tell you the assignment process and certification process. Then I will hand it over to ma'am. So for assignment, the assignment will be uploaded on our LinkedIn channel tomorrow by 12 p.m. or 1 p.m. Just download it. There will be some MCQs and some subjective questions. Just fill it, the answers in a doc file, then download it as a PDF, and then send us at assignments@skillslash.com. I hope that's clear. After that, to access the recordings of the workshop, for day one, it will be uploaded on our channel tomorrow. For day two, it will be uploaded day after tomorrow. After 12 p.m. or between 1 p.m., it will be uploaded. I hope that it's clear. For certification, you have to do 4 things. Follow us on our LinkedIn, download the assignment completed, and submit at the email address assignments@skillslash.com. And just make sure that you also subscribe to YouTube. And after that, watch the recordings to complete the assignment. Once these processes are done, there in email there will be a submission link also in the form where you have to fill that you have completed all the steps. Just fill the form out, your name, email address, and your phone number. These are important, and please make sure that you enter it correctly. After once that are done, just submit the form. You can also submit the form multiple times. So make sure that if in case you make any mistake while submitting, just you can fill the form once again. I hope that it's clear. And for deadline for filling the form mainly would be till Tuesday. Next Tuesday would be the deadline for submission of form. Make sure you complete the assignment by next Tuesday by 10 p.m. and submit the form also. That both are important. And in case you have not done it, then the certificate will not be issued in that case. And also make sure to attend both the days of the workshop if possible. And in case not possible, you can still access the recordings to complete the assignment. I hope that it's clear. For certificate will be issued till 13th May. And if you have completed all the steps and still do not receive the certificate till 13th May, just revert to us on the email on which the certificate form has to be sent. Just revert on that email. So I will contact you back in replies. And in case you have not submitted, please do not email that you have not received, because we have already explained you the whole process. I hope that everything is clear. I will just look in the chat if you have any doubts. And once that are done, I will pass over to ma'am. Okay, so I think everybody is clear on the process. And if in case you are still in doubt, just drop an email at the support@skillslash.com. I hope that the certification process and how to get the assignment is clear. Make sure to follow us on LinkedIn. Join the Telegram group. In case you don't receive a certificate, make sure you drop a query on Telegram group that you have not received your email with your name, email address, and phone number. I hope that is clear. And for certificate submission, you have to fill the form by completing all the steps, by following us on Instagram, LinkedIn, and also subscribe to YouTube and watch the recording in case you have not attended the workshop to complete the assignment. I hope I have explained it clearly to all. Okay, now I will hand it over to ma'am and she would continue the workshop.
All right. I hope everybody is back and refreshed. The break time is over. And any other questions you have around the, I think YouTube, it was very nicely explained on the YouTube link you have, the Telegram, Instagram links you have, right, guys? Okay. All right. Look, we can get started. If you still have any doubt, you can put it in the chat. There are other people who would have taken the link of the YouTube. They can post it. They can help you out. Okay. Superb. Cannot wait to go ahead and LinkedIn 7:20 break. Okay. All right. So those links will go parallelly, but that should not hinder our learning. Let us get started now. Just before we went on the break, we are now comfortable. We are now happy to know the different fields of IT in which we can either start our career or we can step our career. There are some roles, which one-on-one, many of you said, Priyanka, Scrum role is missing. Product owner role is missing. I don't want to complicate the things. I want to keep things very simple at the moment. That is why I told you there are going to be some roles which are not there in that Excel file in this, the PPT that I was showing it to you. So don't worry, so far as you've understood that these are quite some of the roles in which you can start or switch your career. That's what is a good achievement in itself. Now, very important, after that, we have seen how we can open Excel in multiple ways, how we can select the full sheet, each and every cell and row and column. We are comfortable with the concept of the cell and all these terminologies as well. And using the shift key, we have seen how we can select multiple cells. But you know what? All those cells that we were selecting in that Excel sheet, we were all selecting which were adjacent. Adjacent means they were one after the other, like this. But let's say I don't want to do that. I want to select one cell which is here, and I want to select one cell which is here. So I wanted to select I8 and probably J7. Anybody knows how I can do that? What is the best way to do that? What is the shortcut key to do that? In fact, if I put my question correctly. Excellent. Control key. You will use the control key. Select the first range cell, right? Press the control key. Go to the next cell range. Don't leave the control key. Go to the next cell range. Select it, and it will help you select multiple options. This is another shortcut. So on this shortcut that I gave you, let's do this quick exercise. Everybody, make sure the first step is make sure that the cell A1 is selected. Press and hold the control key, select the key which is control, and then select the cell which is C4. And then finally, using the mouse, you can select a range of cells from B6 to E10. Finally, release the control key. So all about selecting different cells on this CSV, on this Excel file. Let me just go up. And I'm just going to reset my chat counter to 0. And if you have done it, write quickly done, and then let's go to the next. Please write done so I know that you're doing. I don't want to go fast also so that we don't catch up otherwise. Very good. Many of us have already done it. Waiting for others. If you have doubts, please do ask. I can show it to you. So all we need to do is go to a particular cell as recommended in the exercise, press the control key, and select, and this way you will be able to select multiple cells at the same time. Excel is a very straightforward tool. It doesn't need too much of difficulty. His level is not there. But still, if you have confusions, please do ask me. Excellent. In a very short span of time, many of us have done it. As I said, some of you are still doing. The laptop is slow. Don't worry. This PDF will be shared with you. Now, this is something which we have already done. So we will go faster on this. This is how you can select the entire full worksheet can be selected. This option we have already seen, everyone, isn't it? You just need to click on this triangle button. That's it. This will help you select the option. Okay. Let's go to the next now. And now we want to see how different types of data can be entered in the Excel file. So Excel worksheets can have, you can take a note of it, start a notebook, or maybe, somewhere. There are 4 types of data that can be entered in an Excel sheet. The first type of data is a normal text. The next type of data is the values. The next type of data is the dates. And finally, you have got one more data, which is called as the formulas. So these are the 4 things, guys, you can put in any Excel sheet. These are the 4 things which you can put in any Excel sheet. So text, example of text, 12 dozen supplies. The example of values, 852.34, some decimal number that I'm trying to put, any value that I'm trying to add. Then you have the date. Now within the date, there can be so many different formats, right? Here I'm using a format MMDYY. So you can have DD, YY, DD. These are the different formats, everyone, which you can use when it comes to Excel. Excel is quite flexible with the dates. And the formula looks something like this. We will talk about this later. The C3, D3, and the E3. So which is actually running a formula on the C3 cell, D3 cell, and finally the E3 cell. Right. So whenever it comes to the formulas, remember it has to be generated by you. So text data is alphanumeric. Formulas are made up of some operators, which we will look into our upcoming modules. And now you understand how different values can be entered. Right. So all you will do is you will select a particular cell, type the data, and then that's it. So a quick typing exercise we are going to do. This is a quick exercise. If you have done this, please write done in the chat. In the following exercise, it says you will enter the data into the cell. So it says select the cell A1, type this expected text which is written, Brian Orchard. Click the enter button, select the A2 and type first quarter summary. This is how it won't take you more than 1 minute. So please complete this and write done in the chat. And then let's go to the next. Brilliant. Let's go to the next one. In the next one, it says we have to understand how you can enter the specific values in the cell. So what you can do, you can select the cell, whatever value you want to enter, please enter the value, click the enter. And this is a quick exercise that will help us to do some operations. Now, right from this point number 1, all the way till point number 11. Can we all quickly try this? how do we enter the different values in different cells? Let's quickly do this and then let's go on to the next bit. Brilliant. I have seen that most of you have written done in the chat. So you just selected the C6, entered some random values, then you enter to the next value, go to the next cell and you have entered corresponding values. So all about locating different cells and entering the values. Now, these were the basic things that we have done. Now, many times what happens is that you might have to enter the data in a range. So in case you want to enter the data in the desired range, you can select the full range. Now you know how to select the adjacent ranges, right? So you will select the adjacent range. And once you have selected that adjacent range, your next step is just enter anything and press enter. Now I'm going to make you do this exercise so that you get better confidence. I'm going to make it little smaller so it can be adjusted in one page. All right, brilliant. Let's quickly try this and write down. This will take time. So maybe I'll give you 2 to 3 minutes, 5 minutes to finish this. Okay, then after this, we'll practice the next concept. Okay, anybody needs any help in running this, executing this? Is it all clear? Many of you say done. So I have that confidence that you're able to do. If anybody is not able to do, please let me know. Select the range B6 to B10, type apple butter. So I'm going to go to that. B6 is the cell. And then it says from B6 to B10. B6 to B10. This is the range that you need to select. Please follow those instructions. And then finally type apple butter. Press enter. Does it take you to the next cell? Yes. If it's taking you to the next cell, the whatever next active cell is, you need to type some text, B8, B9, B10, B. So what it is actually teaching us, this concept, this exercise. When you select a particular range, you are allowed to type only within that range, and automatically one after the other, the control will move to the next line, right? The control is going to move to the next line. This is what this concept is guiding us, walking us through. Superb. Let's go to the next one. And the remaining part, you can take it as a homework. Now, coming to quickly adjusting a column width, you can adjust the column width very easily. If the column is too wide, or let's say the column is too small, all you have to do is, I'll show you this by doing it. There's no exercise as such on this. I will select this area. And once you feel it is too small, double click on it and it will make it as elongated. So this is the point we have to follow. Double click the right border of the column heading and it will adjust to accommodate the long text that you have. Finally, once you have done all the actions, you can save your worksheet. You can do save as, and file save as will help you save that particular file to a respective position, right? So we are going to do this. This is all about saving the file. So these are all things you can try on your own. And I'm going to go to the next concept now. Now, this is a very interesting thing. Many a time, you might have to print your entire worksheet. Sometimes you have to print a part of your worksheet. So this is what it will tell you. It says, I need to click the file button. There is a print button which is there. Select the different options and that will help you print a specific part or the full worksheet part. Okay, this is the print dialog box. You can finally close it. There are multiple options. You can click on the close button here, or you can click on the file close option. Okay, everyone. Okay, let's go to the next one. Again, these exercises are straightforward. So let's work on this assignment. I'll give you full 5 minutes to finish this assignment. And for your comfort, let me just copy this and put it in the chat as well, because many a times it is very difficult to follow the things back to back, the Zoom and this. So I'm going to put this in the chat. If you just stop typing for 1 minute, Control P is a shortcut. Excellent. I'm going to put this entire text in the chat. So a very good assignment based on whatever we have learned so far, 1 to 19 steps, one by one. Please do that. The 20th step is just to close the Excel workbook. That's it. So you don't have to worry about it. It's fine. But if 1 to 19th exercise you all can do, nothing like that. Okay. So 5 minutes and then we'll discuss this. Quickly, let's finish it. I want to do all hands-on just to make sure we are comfortable. And the answer I'm going to hide. Answer I'll show you at the end and we'll match. We'll tally whether it is coming exactly the same way or not. All right. Okay, let's start, everyone. Many of us. Okay. So most of us were able to get a result, something similar to what I'm showing right now, right? Okay. Good time for us to go ahead and look at some more things. As I said, this CSV file, this PDF file I'll share, and you can generate a corresponding CSV accordingly. Now, there are some other things which you can do. For example, you can modify a workbook. In order to modify a workbook, you can open any of the workbook that you have created so far, and you will click on the Create Simple Formulas option. You can use the different functions in that workbook. You can edit the data on the worksheet. So these are some of the different operations which you can all perform. So let's have a look at one by one all of those operations. Now, in order to open an existing workbook, just File Open will do the magic. So this is the option, File and Open. Okay, File and Open. Wherever your existing file is there, you will click on Open like you do in any of the Microsoft products, and that will help you open the worksheet. Now, this is quite straightforward. The Open dialog box. How do you select the different options? We'll click the File button, choose the Open command, browse to the file, simple, and open the existing file. So this is a straightforward concept. So I want to go to the next one now. And anytime a new workbook has to be created, that also we have seen. We can click on the file and choose the new option to generate a blank workbook for us. Right, everyone? Clear? Superb. Now, many a times, when you have worked on the couple of workbooks later this day, before this day, so you will see an option of recent workbooks in the File tab. So if you go to the File option and you click on the recently used workbook option, you will see that there will be some recent workbooks which will be available. You can click on the File Recent option and you will get the output. Let's scroll down. So these are the recent workbooks which I had referred to. Computer Sales, January 2010. These are the options from where you can open the recently available workshops. The PDF, guys, don't worry. I'll share the PDF before closing. Now, let's look at the simple formula creation. And because now, you have seen how you can enter the data in the worksheet, you are actually now ready to understand how the formulas can be added. Now, the different things that we do in mathematics, like the addition, the subtraction, the multiplication, the division, the operands, different operations you perform, they can be done in the Excel sheet also. How you can do that? Let's have a look. I'm going to start with a very simple formula, and I want everybody to try that. Let's take this all off to avoid any confusion. So let's say I have had a value 20 here, and I had a value 40 here. And all I wanted to do was I wanted to just sum up, add both of them. I will use an is equal to symbol. And the moment you start typing here, you will see that different formulas will start appearing here. That is the beauty. The moment you do is equal to here, you will see the different formulas. So when I say is equal to sum and I start a bracket, it will ask you what you want to add. So you can select this, and I've already told you how to select multiple cells with the control, press enter. A simple, easiest formula to do the operations. Is that clear? Everybody can see my screen? Super. So the simplest addition formula. Okay. All right. Now let's go to the next. I don't know why some of you are saying you're not able to see my screen. My screen is visible. Is screen not visible? How many of us say screen is visible? It says visible, guys. Just check once. Or what I can do for everybody's comfort. Let me just quickly share, stop and share again. Huh? That will help you. Okay. So this is how the basic formula can be created. And let us do one quick exercise now. Now see, I have given you, I have not supplied you any worksheet as such, right? It says open the workbook January 2010, select the cell D6, type this, D6 times D6, enter the button and create the same formula. You don't have to worry because you don't have the January workbook, right? Do one thing, in the same Excel sheet, just put some numbers and try to do these operations. Just try to multiply the two things. In the formula, using the multiplication formula, just simply, very simple, this is just have two values in two different cells. Try to perform the multiplication operation and tell me if it works. Okay. All right, let's quickly try this. I'll give you 2 minutes of time. Please write done if you have done it. All right, so many of you said done. Let's see what to do. I have a number in the B6. Okay, what is that B6? 67. Okay, I have a number here in B11. Number is 89. I want to multiply them and store the result here is equal to. So what is the formula that most of you have used? Can you write it in the chat? Let me see the chat. How many of us have used the formula? Have you used the product formula, everyone? Okay. So now press the control key and this key, press enter. Product, right? So you were able to do this. You were able to use the mul function, MUL. Very good. Okay, product, perfect. So now I taught you how to do it with only 2 cells, right? We can do it with 3 cells, 4 cells, multiple cells, as many cells as you want to do, you can do that. All right, everybody, I hope that is clear. Okay. So this is how different operations can be performed. So this is how different sum operations can be performed. See, I'm using a function here. What is the name of the function? SUM. Similarly, you have got different functions in the Excel which you can use as per your convenience. So you can add up the numbers, subtract, divide, do the lot of different operations. And the most important thing is that there is an auto sum button also available, which will help you to do some operations. What is the benefit of that auto sum button? So I'll show you the location, but I want all my budding engineers, everybody to find out what is the benefit of the auto sum. What is the formula? What is the benefit auto sum? Let me just show you where it is located. First of all, where is it present? Formulas, and go to this auto sum option. Can we all try this and tell me what it is doing? Very quickly, it will help you do some automatic operation. Add it, automatically add it. Very good. So all the numbers will be added one by one. automatically. Good. How do you use this auto sum feature? Simple. I have got the 67 value, 78. I've got 12. I've got 34. I have got the 12 value again, 67, 89. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just select all of these options very quickly and probably click on auto sum. And you can see I had accidentally left this field blank. So it calculated this also as 0 and finally gave me as 359 as the output value. Yes? Okay. Now, as many of you wanted the PDF, let me just close this PDF file and put it in the chat. We've got less than 5 minutes. If you have any questions, any queries, anything that we discussed, let's take up those questions. And as I said, I'm really looking forward to see you again tomorrow. But if you have any questions, do let me know. I'm going to put this in the chat. Some of you might have, let me do one thing. I'll just put it in the chat. Yes. Okay, I put this PDF. Some of you who've joined through, I think, web, you might not be able to download this PDF, but you don't have to worry at all. Okay, we'll share this PDF with you. And today was a very basic introduction to different things you can do in Excel. I am looking forward to guide you all. It's the same PDF, so please don't download all of them and say, ma'am, I'm going to study all the 5 PDFs. No, this is just one PDF. The same PDF I'm putting again and again. Okay, everyone. Some of you might not be able to see, nothing to panic. We will share it through email. Okay. All right. Any questions, anything that is troubling you? I'm putting PDF multiple times and the team will also share it with you. So don't worry about the PDF. All right. I think many of you have been able to download it now. All right. Thank you so much for joining and thank you for your kind words, everybody. Please try to practice whatever we have done till now, right? Finish the assignment and I'm looking forward to see you all tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you for once again taking out time to see me this evening. Thank you, everybody.